I'm Ricardo Magni here with Armlifting USA, and I am very lucky and happy on this Super Bowl Sunday to have Brent Gibbs here with us. Brent is the founder of Great Ape Grips, a brand new sponsor of Armlifting USA, and he's got a fantastic product and an even better story. So, Brent, why don't we talk about how we met first, and then I want you to get into your product and your whole background as a baseball player, etc.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to even kind of be associated and working together with each other's brands, and going to be able to collaborating. Obviously, going to the Arnold with you. So, but yeah, so we met. I guess about half a year ago ish in August. I believe we went to a conference in Baltimore and kind of ran into some people, and they were telling us that we need to go to Colorado, which you were there for the Shaw Classic in August, I believe. And that's where we got introduced to each other. I think we jumped on a phone call before just because our brands just were alike so in so many ways. And then we're excited to meet there and got to meet you guys and your team and watch how you got run things and run competitions. And it was excellent, and couldn't ask for a better kind of working relationship and another company to work with. So that's kind of how we kick things off, and just growing the brands together and liking what each other does morally and ethically. So.
Yeah, 100%. And I will absolutely say this, whether you're here or not. I was very impressed with the young man that you are and your business model and your product and how it can help our lifters. So I happen to have one right here, right?
Perfect.
So this is the Great Ape Grips. This is the portable rice bag bucket thing without a bucket. So why don't you talk about your background as a baseball player and how your vision for the product came to be, and then we'll talk specifically about how
Yep.
it can help arm lifters and how they can meet you in person in a couple weeks.
For sure, most definitely, most definitely. So about myself, I played baseball my whole life. Collegiate, went to Indiana University, and then also was able to play professionally in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. Was in the minor league organization and got done there in 2018. And just joined the real world. Started a pressure washing company, and which led me into the product, into the Great Ape Grips. So while pressure washing, I just was like, "Hey, my grip strength is getting tired after pulling this trigger so much and every day. What can I do to help that?" And just with my baseball background, I was just thinking, "Oh well, I'm going to start doing rice bucket training." I was working out, but I wasn't training grip strength. Just as that was, and I'm like, "Yo, that's the one I know, and it's worked for me my whole life. We did it all the time, so I'm just gonna get a 5 gallon bucket, put it in the living room." Not as aesthetic, having a bucket, a Home Depot Lowe's bucket with a bunch of rice, and then potentially getting it everywhere, sweeping it up, vacuuming, and you know how it goes. So
I do.
That's what kind of led me to. I didn't have intentions on inventing something. I just was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put some rice in a bag, and I'm like, okay, well, I think I'm kind of onto something. I might be able to come up with a better version of this, like keep my hand clean, and then just the entrepreneurial mindset, I guess, just started ticking. I'm like, oh, I just want to switch from pressure wash. Let me try something. Let me give it a shot. So I just went for it and started learning ways to make the product better than a rice bucket workout. So that's what it's made to be, is to mimic that, is to be a cleaner, more portable version of that rice bucket workout. Obviously, rice bucket workout is still great. If you got it and use it. But this is just more portable, cleaner version for you. So yeah, I started learning how to sew, all that from YouTube, FaceTiming my mom. She's 10 hours away. I'm stringing a sewing machine, figuring it out. And yeah, so we came up with a first version of it a couple of years ago. It was a cotton bag, not nearly as the quality as the one we got here. But yeah, we switched this past, so it's been about 6-7 months that we've had this product, which is the neoprene bag, a better glove inside, and then there's a little bit more rice in this product, and then there's the 2 different size stress balls. So yeah, that's the product we got now, and just that's what we've been showing off and creating these relationships with, and it's just opening a lot of opportunities. And like we talked about, meeting you and able to go to the Arnold Classic and be able to show off the product and have people know who we are and what we got.
Well, thank you for that concise explanation. That was a great explanation, Brent. Let me tell the viewers about the Arnold. So, for the athletes who've been to the Arnold before, Brent is going to have a table, and his friend Ross they're going to be there in A120 and 121 right next to the score table. So not only are they going to have a great eyeball on the action, but they're going to be there for athletes to check these out, to take some home with them, and meet them and get the merchandise. Because let me tell you, I have had a very successful training session, training build up for this particular contest. Brent, you are going to see me compete. You didn't see me compete the last time. You're going to see me in the best version of me.
Let's go.
And I'm coming for it all. So but I tell you, this thing and just squeezing this for recovery and squeezing it has made a big difference. And, I'm not exactly young, I'm in good shape, but I'm 50 now. And the days of, just work out and wake up fine the next day are gone. Those days, unfortunately, are gone. So I have to do more things related to recovery. And maybe I should have been doing them all along, but that's youth for you. So now you get older, you get wiser, and I can take this bag with me in my carry-on. Obviously, I travel all over the world doing these clinics. I take this thing with me, and it weighs like, what does it weigh? About 3 pounds?
Yeah, a little over 3 pounds. Yeah, 3.5-ish pounds.
Yeah, so 3.5 pounds. You don't even feel that in the carry-on bag when you're taking it around. It goes everywhere, and it's durable. You can use the thing wherever for any number of reps. Why don't you tell how you think some ways you can use the product for either warm-up or recovery and demonstrate, and I will also tell my 2 cents on what's worked for me.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd love to share that. So yeah, it can be used. I kind of break it down in 3 different ways. Warming up for like athletics, a sport, or warming up for like I was just talking. I will use it for warming up on my computer before the day starts, just warming up my hands. So warming up, straight strength building, like you can really get into the bag just like you would do a rice bucket workout, or the recovery aspect where you need to get the blood flowing, try to get some mobility in there, and your fingers and even some wrist flexion. So many different ways. We also will have a lot of physical therapists will be reaching out and using the product with their clients that have been off some form of an injury or even a surgery. With my baseball background, a big injury with pitchers is Tommy John surgery. So it's an elbow surgery that happens, and it's a long process, and you're coming back in about a year after you get the surgery. So just being able to get muscles activated is something that's not easy by doing things. And what's nice about the product is I get a lot of people that leave reviews, pictures like, "Hey, I had Tommy John surgery, and I'm able to use the product like lightly, just moving it around." And it's been very, very beneficial. So there's many aspects on how it can be used. Like I said, the warming up, whatever sport or lifting weights, whatever aspect of life, and I don't have any studies, but obviously on a rice bucket workout, it's known, and there's studies up on it that increases blood flow and everything. So I don't have anything yet, but a lot of people will leave reviews about saying they have arthritis or carpal tunnel, and that it will help them in ways. But that's just customers speaking.
Yeah, well, I don't think you need a scientific study to show when something that's proven works. And what you've done is you've taken the old school rice bucket and you've made it portable. You've made it clean. You've made it, you could put it anywhere. You could have one of these if you have an office job at your desk. You could have one in your garage gym like I do. You could have one in your gym bag. The cost is such where you can bring the recovery wherever you want. And it boils down to how serious is the athlete, right? I mean, as a former minor league baseball player, and you were a catcher. So correct. If you can't throw the guy out at second base because your elbow hurts, you're out of a job. And, maybe in Armlifting USA, people aren't using it as their primary job, but lots of people are personal trainers. And if they can't train people and they can't demonstrate what they want to do because of elbow pain, because of wrist pain, because of hand pain, you can't be your best version of you. And I think that's the beauty of this, is it allows me to recover from some pretty intense workouts faster than I could before. Um, I have a question for you, and
Yeah.
this is a serious question. We didn't plan this, but what are your visions for the future? Like, can an athlete order it without the stress ball in there? Is that a possibility? Because maybe they just want the rice and they don't want the ball. And what is the size of the glove? Maybe there's a smaller athlete that wants a smaller glove, or a bigger giant athlete, of which we have a bunch in Armlifting USA, that would want a bigger glove. Where are we on those two developments as you look at your business plan moving forward?
Yeah, so a lot is happening basically every day with the company, and those two questions are something that's not going to be done or presented, I'd say, within a year or two, in regards to some things we have on the back end on production happening and as many products we can have in inventory. So once we get to a manufacturer level and producing wise, it'll be to where you can customize your bag in a way to, like, oh, hey, there's an upgrade, or don't put the stress balls in it, or in a case to where we'll have a youth size as well, and an extra large version as well. But that is something we're figuring out and working in mass production. And as we some things are changing in the production aspect within, like, days and things going on in the back end. So there's a lot of figuring out, and that we're getting to, but it's eventually going to be to that way to where you can get it to where there's stress balls inside it or not. Or we're hoping by the end of the year to have an XL and a youth version is where we're at on that.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that your product is going forward and that you're able to have the talks and figure out how to expand and make it bigger. That's awesome. It's
Mm-hmm.
great for you.
Yeah, for sure. That's as we grow, obviously a new company, a lot figuring out and learning, and figuring out how to get the best product to the customer, in a good, timely manner. So
Yeah, no, that's all of the above, right? You're crushing it in all areas. So that's great. So tell me, what are some of your plans for your own personal travel in displaying it to other venues? Like, where else? I know you were just in
yeah,
Hawaii working with the rainbows. What
yeah.
else? What else do you have cooking besides the Arnold?
Yeah. No, so we went to DC at the beginning of the year, January 1st, for a baseball convention, which was great. And then a couple of days after, went to Hawaii and did a collaboration and launched a new color with the baseball team there. But yeah, we're going out to spring training here in the next couple of weeks, in Arizona, and then the Arnold Classic with you, and then a few days after the Arnold Classic, we're going to St. Paul, Minnesota, for an ice hockey convention, expo, and then we're setting up dates with Duke Lacrosse. We're doing it's kind of behind. Yeah, it's not announced too much, but yeah, we've got a collaboration with Duke Lacrosse coming up, the men's lacrosse team. So that'll be at the end of March, and then also Columbia University, which is an Ivy League school. They're going to be their softball team. We're doing something with them, and they're going to be actually doing a study on the project, or on the product. A lot of backing. So the next couple months are about to be pretty busy for us.
Well, that's exciting. Here's a fun fact. I actually was recruited for high school playing basketball by Penn University,
Oh yeah,
which is also an Ivy League school, one of the rivals of Columbia. But I've
there
been
you
to
go.
Columbia. It's beautiful in New York City. Yeah, neighborhood has
Yeah,
changed quite a bit over the years, but that's quite
yeah,
a
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, we're excited for that one, to be able to check out the campus and be around there in the city. So
Very, very historic area for sure. Well, that's awesome. That sounds like you've got a lot cooking. And I'm very positive and very happy for you that it's going to go well. So can you talk about what the athletes at the Arnold, they're going to get to meet you, and Ross will be there as well. What can the athletes do? Will you have these for them to buy and take home?
yeah. So we will be we'll have inventory with us. We'll be selling them at normal price. You're just going to be saving on the shipping cost there. Obviously, you'll be taking it, so that's what you're saving yourself on. We'll just be having we'll have some hats there. We'll have some shirts, and just bringing good vibes. And we'll have a grip strength tester to be testing people's grip strength out, and just having a good time and able to be there and support each other and the businesses, and encourage everyone in the arm lifting session.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see. You'll have a firsthand view of some world records, that's for sure.
That's fun.
Athletes are
That's fun.
rounding into fantastic shape, and I'm very excited to see to see how the competitions play out. This is the time. The work has pretty much been done by now, so now we get to see what the athletes have been working on.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's exciting stuff, and to see it all play out in real time is gonna be great.
Yeah. Well, Brent, thank you for being on the show. I
Yep.
appreciate you very much. So everyone who wants to get in on the Great Ape Grips, this is your chance in Columbus right here.
Yep.
So thank you very much. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ricardo. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.